Trish here with Fat Lady Crochet. Welcome to the studio. Hope you're doing great. It has been a week since I've been in the studio to talk to you. It feels like a long time. It has been very, very busy. I am super excited to let you know that I have finally published the count. He is ready to go for you. He's in the shop, fatladycrochet.ca. And pretty soon I'm going to have all of my patterns ready for the book, the collection, which I will be selling through Amazon as a physical book, but also I'll be selling as a PDF pattern pack. There will be 10 designs, 10 sesame designs in that one, and yep, looking forward to seeing that project finished. That's been a big one. But let's take a look at count here. I wanted to show you the finished fellow. So here he is. I think I showed you him last week as well. So here we've got our finished count. We've got those pretty fancy eyes that I'm pretty proud of. And if you're wondering, I had a question come through on Facebook, I think it was Facebook, about the eyes and do I buy them, or how, what happens with the eyes. And I paint them and I take you through that process. So it's not as difficult as you might think. It's actually pretty straightforward, but I just take you step by step through that process. Now this pattern is 21 pages long, so it's not a quick project. It is going to take you a while. There are a lot of components to this guy, and yeah, like it's worth it, but you have to be committed. You have to you have to want it. So yeah, so that's this guy. 21 pages long, lots of helpful photos as always, as there always are in our patterns, to help you create a really beautiful piece. So he's finished, and I am not sure I showed you this guy, but our Mankini St. Patrick's Day gnome is ready to go. Buns are ready for you. And here we go. He's just our base pattern with some mods. So we've given him an orange beard. We've changed the color of his eyebrows. He doesn't get a mustache. You can give him a mustache if you want. And then, of course, we have this green top hat with rainbow button. You can use a gold button, or you can even just sew 4 straight stitches with golden yarn for that. And then, of course, the green mankini. This pattern comes with instructions for a little pot of gold as well, with some little coins. So fun pattern. If you like St. Patrick's Day, our little mankini gnome worked really well. If you ask me, worked really well to become a leprechaun. So I'm pretty happy with him. And another one that I'm just finalizing is our long dog St. Patrick's Day outfits. Now there's 2, and I'll just show you them. They are, I would say, like, I'm not as excited as I am about this one, except for one aspect of our long dog outfit. So this is the first part of it, and what I'm going to be doing is I will be doing a video and re-releasing my lucky bug. So my lucky bug pattern is very similar to the love bug, but we do it a little bit different for St. Patrick's Day. And the lucky bug will be coming with this outfit, but this outfit also has a little hat, a little leprechaun hat that goes, and I didn't sew it on, but hopefully you can kind of get the idea there. So he's got this little leprechaun hat with this outfit, and this again is going to come with the lucky bug, the full lucky bug instructions, which will also be available separately as part of the giving collection, and there will be a video for that one as well. And then here's the second outfit for our long dog. It's got this bow tie and a shamrock applique. So those are going to be the long dog St. Patrick's Day outfits. Hopefully I can get that pack out this weekend, and but I'll confirm on Monday if that's out or not. So thank you to everybody who has been involved with um, naming my projects and giving me ideas. I really appreciate it. I've recently had a lot of photos come in of your Fat Lady Crochet makes, and that has been very, very exciting. One of you, Fern or Fernie, I'm not sure which how to pronounce your name, but you had posted a Ernie from Sesame Street, where you had used a worsted weight chenille yarn for him, and he came out quite big. And you did some really neat things with him. So a couple mods that you did, you gave him, you made his eyes out of felt, and you took out the mouth. You didn't even put the mouth in, but it didn't need it. You did such a beautiful job. So I've shared that on the socials. If you haven't seen it, go ahead and look. And if you want to also see it, it's on the website on the Stitched by You page, where I share the Fat Lady Crochet makes that you create and that you send to me. This morning, when I opened up my email, I was kind of dismayed actually to discover something new that I've never seen before. Somebody had bought a pattern, it was a love bug from the Giving Collection. So all of that money goes to charity. And they were disputing it. I think they were calling it a fraud or something, or their bank was calling it a fraud or something. So then I would have to refund the money that they spent on that pattern, as well as a even more significant chargeback to cover the costs of whatever the administration fees or whatever it is. So all in all, it was going to be costing me about $25 to refund this person, plus they got the pattern. Now I'm not sure what happened, but I'm guessing, because it was, well, it doesn't matter. I'm guessing what happened is this person thought they were getting like an actual crocheted item for the cost of a pattern, which blows me away. I haven't had that happen for quite a while. It used to happen more frequently. People thought that they were buying an actual piece and have it shipped for like the cost of a pattern, which is just wild to me. So I think that's maybe what happened this time. The problem is that this person actually did receive the product, and so I've disputed it. But I just thought that might be something, if you're a crochet designer and you're selling your pieces, just be aware of that. It's make sure your policies are airtight around exchanges, refunds, and returns. Mine are not. I don't have any exchanges, returns, or refunds on digital products or handmade items. Not that I sell a lot of handmade items, but when I did, I wanted people to know that you know you can't return these things. So, anyways, just a heads up on that. If you are a designer and you've got things for sale, just make sure your policies are really clear. And I'll let you know what happens. I've disputed the whatever it is. I can't remember what it's called. I've disputed it. I'm hoping that it gets resolved in my favor. I feel like my web host was like in support of me. They had already sort of gathered all like evidence, I guess, for me to use in my dispute. So that was helpful. I really appreciated that. But like I said, I'll let you know what happens, what comes of that, and hopefully it doesn't happen too often. The other thing that I can do is put those people that have done that, have ordered like that. I can put them on a list where it won't go through. So if their email comes up where they're trying to buy a pattern, it just automatically won't work. So again, just be aware of that and just do that if you need to. It's just one of those things that happens in business, and just being aware of things and being ready is helpful. And I just wanted to show you one last thing too. So this is not complete, but this is what I'm doing for Dinosaur Provincial Park here in Alberta. And they've ordered 30 of these. So this is what it looks like. I get these bags, and then inside the bag, You can kind of see in there. We've got like the yarn and then the rattle, which is this. This is the rattle. So it's just a little plastic jar with buttons. And of course we have the needle. And then I've got to get some black buttons, and I'll be putting in some yarn as well for the snake's tongue. So yeah, so that's what this looks like. They're going to pick these up on Monday. So I need to get working on those and get those done. And that's about it for the weekend. I'm not sure if you can kind of see behind me over here. I do have Grover done. So Grover is, the design is done, the pattern is not. So if I have time this weekend, I will be working on that as well. And then we just have one more to go. We've just got Cookie Monster, who I love. I love Cookie Monster, and I think he's going to be a fairly easy and straightforward pattern to write. So oh my gosh, I'm so excited to almost be done this project. It has been a slog, but I think it's going to be great. I know that some of you guys are waiting, and so soon, it's coming soon. Anyways, have yourselves a wonderful weekend. Get lots of crocheting done if you can, and we will see you next week. Bye.